Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel of Bless Your Body. Today we have a beautiful full body flow for your body to connect, stretch, and set yourself up for a good, beautiful day. So find a beautiful place, grab a yoga mat, and let's get started. So to get started today, we're to come down into child's pose. So untucking my toes in the back, bringing my knees towards the sides of the mat, walking my hands a little bit slightly forward, and bringing my sit bones as close to the heels as they'll go. Relaxing down to the ground. Bringing my forehead down to the mat. Taking a few intentional deep inhales and exhales here. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. And deep exhale. Walk your hands a little bit forward towards the top of the mat. Stretching out them shoulders, feeling the stretch down the sides of each side of your body. Being intentional with your breath here. Taking a moment just to check in with yourself. Notice any parts of your body that feels tight. Slowly on your next inhale, come all the way up into a table pose. Making sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. And let's transition into some cat and cow. So drop the belly, shift the gaze forward, inhale. And exhale, round the back, relax the neck, chin to your chest. Inhale, drop the belly, shift the gaze forward. Exhale, round the back. Bring your chin to your chest. Now slowly try to incorporate some big circle motions with the abdomen here, with the stomach. Rotating it around. Moving through your shoulders. Moving through your spine. Continuing to breathe. Maybe adding some neck rolls here. Really roll out the body. And switch directions. Rolling through the shoulders, through the spine, around with the neck. From here, let's just find this dynamic movement and moving back into child's and coming all the way forward into a low plank, but coming all the way down to the ground. Maybe situating yourself a little more center into your mat, pushing up, coming back into child's pose, and rotating forward, slowly coming down, low plank, and all the way to the ground. Come up, back into child's pose, and come forward into a low plank, coming all the way to the ground. Push up again, back into child's pose. Come over, let's hold it, slowly moving all the way down to a low plank, holding it, and meeting yourself down onto the ground. Place your hands a little bit out towards the side. I want you to take that left hand and just push up more through that left arm, keeping that right arm slightly bent. Looking up over that left shoulder and coming down. Do the same thing on the other side. Push up through that right arm, trying to straighten it out. Look up over that right shoulder and slowly come down. Making sure the toes are untucked in the back. Push up through that left arm, straightening out the left. Look over that left shoulder and slowly coming back down. Pushing up through that right arm, straightening out that right arm, looking up over that right shoulder and slowly coming back down. Place those arms out in front of you, creating a nice long stretch here. Engage, lift up those feet, lift up those arms. Move those arms out to the side to a T. Holding this here. Maybe just try to open up that chest a little bit more, looking forward in front of you, pointing the toes in the back. Slowly bring those arms next to your chest. Don't place them on the ground yet, keeping them up. Slowly lower your feet and your hands to the ground. Taking a moment here to breathe. Push up into a table. Just roll out our wrists slightly. So take your wrists facing them forward, fingers facing you. And just lightly rock forward and backwards. Maybe from side to side. Do whatever feels good for your wrists. Don't stretching them too much, but just enough to where you feel a light stretch. Place the backs of the hands on the ground, palms facing up, fingers facing each other. Maybe making some circles here. And switching the direction of the circles. Placing your hands flat onto the ground again, coming back into a table. Take the left hand extended up towards the sky. Make some big arm circles here. So coming forward, placing the hand, gliding it across the ground and up behind you, back up towards the sky. And bringing it forward again, gliding across the ground, up towards the sky. Down in front of you, gliding across the ground and up towards the sky. Switch directions. Bring it down behind you, gliding it up in front of you, and all the way back around towards the back, coming down to the ground, moving that arm across the floor up in front of you, and one last big arm circle, meeting your hand back to the ground. Let's take that right hand, slowly bring it up in front of you, make a big arm circle here, up, slowly bring it behind you, gliding it across the floor. Bring it up in front of you again, making that big exaggerate arm circle. Down to the ground. Bring it up in front of you. Bring that arm circle all the way around. And down to the ground. Let's rotate, so bringing that arm, gliding it on the ground, up behind you, up towards the sky, and down to the ground. Gliding it across the ground. Bring it up behind you, making that big exaggerate arm circle. Bring it in front of you, down to the ground, and up behind you again. And slowly bring that hand all the way down to the ground, meeting yourself back in table. Just make some circles with your shoulders here. Rolling out those shoulders. Let's rotate, switch directions. Let's tuck those toes in the back, push back into a downward dog. It's walking the dog here, pedaling the feet, stretching out the backs of the legs. Pushing through your shoulders, creating a V with your body. Continuing to walk the dog here. Slowly, I want you to start to walk your feet, continuing to still pedal them, but slowly walk them towards your hands. Maybe creating a more micro bend in them if you need to, in order to get them as close to your hands as possible. Until you're in a standing forward fold and placing your hands right in front of your toes. Your legs can either be almost completely straight or have a bend in them, whatever is needed to create this posture. Let's go ahead. We're going to take that left hand extended up towards the sky. And slowly bring it down to the ground. Bring that right hand up towards the sky. And slowly bring it down to the ground. Let's bring both hands up towards the sky. Relax your neck. Bring your chin to your chest. Slowly bring those hips down a bit. Bring those hands back to the ground. Bending, coming all the way into a low squat with your ankles together still. Holding this pose for a moment. You're on your toes, hands are planted onto the ground, knees are bent. in a small little squat here. On your next inhale, push up, staying on your toes. Push up into a forward fold, still on your toes. Putting some pressure onto your hands, feeling that pressure on your hands. Slowly come back down to that squat. Exhale. Inhale, push up into that standing forward fold, still on your toes. And slowly come down, keeping your heels off the ground. And inhale, come up to that standing forward fold. And slowly come down. You can walk those hands a little bit out in front of you. You can walk or jump back into your chaturanga, coming back into the low plank, come all the way through into an upward facing dog. Lightly twist, looking over each shoulder, looking over your shoulder, creating this light twist for your spine, for your back, for your neck. Tuck those toes in the back, push back into a downward dog. Let's walk the dog again. Extend that left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Let's make some ankle circles here with that left ankle. Switch directions. Slowly, let's take that left foot. We're going to bring it towards the outside of the hand, but we're going to bring that inside of the leg down onto the ground. Feeling that in your left hip. Again, twisting over, looking over each shoulder. Feeling your body start to warm up. Maybe look up towards the sky. Let's tuck that toe, those right toes in the back again. Push back into a three-legged dog, left leg up. And slowly, let's bring that left leg all the way through to a pigeon pose. Untucking the toe in the back, shining that heart forward. And let's melt all the way down to the ground. Bring your face down to the ground, to the mat. Taking a moment to breathe here, feeling the stretch in your hip. Maybe rocking from side to side. Slowly rise. Placing your hands, planting them onto the ground. Let's tuck that toe, those right toes in the back. Push back just into a downward dog, both feet onto the ground. Finding yourself in this downward dog position here. Slowly, let's go ahead, try to bring that left hip almost to the ground. Don't let it touch the ground, but just almost. Slowly coming back up. Coming over, dropping it to the right side. Don't let it touch the ground, but come back up. Again, over to the left, twisting the body, but not letting that hip touch the ground. Bend over to the right. One more time, drop it over to the left, twisting the body. Come back up and over to the right. Meeting me in downward dog. Slowly, let's rise and bring that right leg up towards the sky. Three-legged dog here. Make some ankle circles with that right ankle. Switch directions. And slowly, whenever you're ready, bring that right leg to the outside of the right hand. Bring the inside of the leg down onto the ground. Feeling the stretch on the hip. Staying here for a moment. Looking over each shoulder. Creating this twist. For the neck, for the back, for your spine, and for your hips. Shift your gaze upward. Let's tuck that toe in the back. Push back into a three-legged dog, right leg up. And slowly, let's bring that right leg all the way through to a pigeon pose. Shine that heart forward and slowly melt all the way down to the ground. Taking a moment to breathe here. And slowly come up, slowly rise. Placing your hands on both sides of your knee. Let's tuck that foot in the back, push back into a downward dog. Come over to high plank. Push back to downward dog. Over to high plank again. Push back to downward dog. Come over to high plank. Slowly lower yourself all the way to the ground. Let's place your arms out into a T position. Untuck the toes in the back. I want you to slowly try to take that right foot and bring it up towards the left hand. Scorpion pose. Slowly bring it back to center. Neutralizing the spine for a moment. Taking a deep breath. Let's take that left foot, bringing it up over to the right hand. Feeling it in your back. Feeling the stretch. Slowly come back to center. Neutralizing the spine. Place those hands next to your chest. Slowly rise to an upward facing dog. Tuck those toes in the back again. Push back into a downward dog. Let's walk the dog again. Slowly, let's bring that right leg up towards the sky. And bring it all the way in between both hands, stepping it through high lunge. Both hands come up. Cactus the arms, open that heart. Bring those arms, stretch them forward up in front of you. And place that left hand on the inside of the foot. Right hand comes up towards the sky. You can take those toes in the back, face them towards the side of the mat. Extend that left leg, make it straight. Go ahead, bring that right hand down to the ground. Placing that left hand on the opposite side, the outside of the left foot, and transition back into a three-legged dog, left leg up. Go ahead, bend the knee, open the hip. And if it is in your practice, flip your dog. Let's make a big arm circle with that left arm. And slowly transition back to a three-legged dog. Bring that left leg down. We're going to go through our vinyasa, so come over to high plank. Lower yourself to the ground. Upward facing dog. Tuck those toes in the back. Push back into a downward dog. Slowly bring that right leg up towards the sky. And slowly step it all the way through, in between your feet, in between those hands. And bring those arms up. So like cactus the arms, open that heart. And bring those arms forward to stretch them forward. Go ahead, bring that right hand down to the ground, left hand comes up, taking those back toes facing towards the side of the mat. And extend the left hand up, shift that gaze up towards the left. Slowly bring that left hand down to the ground. Actually, let's bring it up to the sky one more time and straighten out that front leg. Now bring that left hand down to the ground. Place that right hand on the outside of the right foot. Turn that back toe forward and transition back into a three-legged dog, right leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip, and flip your dog. slowly transition back to a three-legged dog. Bring that right leg down. Just walk those feet towards the hand, towards your hands. Slowly come down into a squat onto your toes. And from here, we're going to do some rolls. So roll back. Bring your feet above your head, touching the ground above your head if you can. And rolling forward. Just finding this roll forward and backwards. Not turning your neck, not twisting your neck here. Rolling back and forth. One more time, bring those feet above your head. And rolling back to meet yourself lying flat onto the ground. Place your hands onto your stomach or out to the side of you, whatever feels best today. Taking a moment to feel what we just did with our bodies. The stretch, the opening, with the hips, the upper body, giving some love to the spine. Relaxing here. Slowly wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring your hands over to your heart, placing both hands over your heart, thanking yourself for showing up today, for participating in this practice, for blessing your body. The divine light in me sends and honors the divine light to you. Namaste.